Hey there, you're watching CITAM, Church Online, and today we're talking about watching our lives closely. Follow-up of the words of Paul to his mentee Timothy, 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 16. Hear the words of Paul. He says, watch your life and doctrine closely. Persevere in them, because if you do, you will save both yourself and your hearers. I want to lay emphasis on those first three words. Watch your life. Watch your life. Paul's invitation, Paul's charge to Timothy is not to be mindless about his life. In a previous video, we talked about doctrine, and what has been the observation of many Bible commentators is that doctrine and life go together. Your teaching, that which you're consuming, will have a direct impact on your life. I can put it this way. Do you want to know where you're going to be headed in the next 5 years, in the next 3 years, in the next 2 years, in the next 1 year? Look at the teaching that you're consuming. And so you need to pay attention to teaching, as we looked at that in a previous video. You need to look at your life. Pay close attention to your life. Pay close attention to the way in which you're living and the way in which that which you're consuming is having an impact on your living. Pay attention. Here's another definition we can look at from the original language. When Paul is saying pay attention, he's saying be mindful, be especially observant, hold towards something, aim at something. And when we apply it to our lives, we will do well to remember to put in mindfulness, to be mindful about the way we are living. Remember that in the Psalms, David says, in particularly Psalm chapter 8, he talks of how God is mindful of us. In the Gospels, Jesus tells us, particularly Matthew, that God is so mindful of us that he sees the hairs on our head and he sees a sparrow that falls. God is mindful of our lives. But oftentimes, we can live our lives in a state of being mindless. We're not aware. We're not paying close attention to what's going on. We're not paying close attention to our thoughts, to our thought life. We're not paying close attention to our speech. We're not paying close attention to our actions and the things that are fueling those actions, motivating those actions. So Paul's invitation to Timothy is one that I want to extend to you. Pay close attention to your life. I'm not talking about navel gazing, where you become obsessed and so introspective that you're not even aware of what's happening around you. I'm not talking about burying your head in the sand and ignoring the exterior life, the external life. What I'm saying is that you and I need to pay close attention, to be mindful about our lives. Where are you heading? Are you heading in the direction that you envisioned a few years back? Are you heading more and more in your love relationship with the Lord? Would you say that you've fallen away from the first love, or would you say that your love for the Lord is ever growing? Pay close attention to your life. Be mindful about your life. Be observant about your life. And this calls for us to spend some time where we do an audit, where we call ourselves for our meeting, as we usually say in Swahili, and think about what's going on. Pay close attention to your life. Examine yourself, elsewhere Paul says. And so I want to throw this challenge to you, that let's take keen interest about our lives and what's going on, because that is going to have an impact on others. Thanks for watching today's video, and I'd love to hear from you. You've been watching CITAM Church Online.